Hello, I'm the Who Guy and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're having a look at the Doctor Who Print the Legend magazine. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. This you can purchase from 88 Smith's Forbidden Planet, and you can also get it from the Panini website. I was originally going to get it in 88 Smith's, couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to go to Forbidden Planet, but it retails for $11.99, and I think with the free audiobook that you do get inside this, it's a pretty good deal.
Look at a good deal.
So let's open her up. So this is what the packaging looks like, and I've got to say, this is amazing. This doesn't unfortunately translate to the actual cover of the magazine. I love this cover so much though, which is printed on this kind of plastic packaging. You've of course got Patrick Troughton, Tom Baker, John Pertwee and David Tennant on the front, with a Dalek breaking out of the chains from a Dalek. And of course at the top, the main draw for a lot of people in this magazine will be the free CD audiobook that is inside, which will be a complete story of a Doctor Who novelisation. Which is kind of weird considering this whole magazine is all about books, and we don't actually get a book, we get an audiobook. And on the bottom, just showing you some of the ones you can get. I wouldn't mind a 12th Doctor one, but there are loads of classic ones as well. Just to note, the audiobooks aren't just the ones in front. I've seen loads of other people get different audiobooks that aren't featured on the front. On the back of the packaging, you just get some more detail all about what's inside the book. And of course, the price tag being $11.99. So starting off with the magazine itself, I've got to say, I am kind of disappointed with the cover. I really do like this cover. As you can see, you get this nice quote as well as the Doctor Who logo and Print the Legend. It's a nice sleek design. Unfortunately, I think I prefer the actual cover of the plastic. I know a lot of people will like this cover. Fine, it looks like, so it says Print the Legend in gold. And on the back, I do quite like the back though, with a strange wheezing groaning sound. The blue police box simply faded away. I think that looks really cool. Make sure you pick this up. You can pick it up in Forbidden Planet and 88 Smith's, or online on the Panini website. Of course, the first page is this introduction all about the book itself. And the next double spread, lovely photo there, image used with the TARDIS in space, but you've got the content of everything inside on the right here. Start off all about the target books, of course, the Doctor Who 3 Doctors. And it basically just goes on and on all about the target books, which you would expect this book to. And yeah, lovely, lovely covers, all of the different types and versions. And I really do like that about this magazine. It goes in depth all about every single target book, including Doctor Who Planet of the Giants. And as you can see there, it tells you who wrote it, when it was released, how many pages it's got, the original price, $1.99, what a bargain. The cover artist, it gives you a slight review of the book itself, and of course goes through if there was an audiobook and some notes about the story. So I think that's really cool that it goes through every single book in the collection, and it's kind of like a little checklist as well. I do wish it did come with a physical checklist where we could tick every single book off. However, this one doesn't do that. But I do like the different covers with the different logos and everything and the different releases. I think that's pretty cool. And to break it up, we also do have just some pages just focusing on big stories like Doctor Who and the Crusaders. I actually do have that book there on the right, and I absolutely adore that cover. And of course, we've got a big page on David Whittaker going through his stories with the First Doctor. And continuing on with the First Doctor novels, of course, got the Celestial Toymaker down there. Getting into the Second Doctor, of course, with the Macra Terror there, one of the lost episodes of Doctor Who. And of course, the Ice Warriors, Enemy of the World. All of the novels that you want to see are in this book, including some of the newer published novels like The Evil of the Daleks from Fraser Hines, which I do appreciate being in this magazine. Into the Third Doctor now, we've even got Doctor Who and the Doomsday Weapon, looking really cool, and showing you some different variant covers as well as the different writers of the editions, including the Doctor Who vampire logo, as I like to call it, because it looks like it has teeth. Wow, that is really cool to see.
You, clever one, what's he talking about?
That's really cool to see, and of course, being international releases, you get the different logos there, including Doctor Who. To some Fourth Doctor novels, really cool. Of course, one of the most popular Doctors of the classic era. You've even got a few kind of French novels down here, so that's really cool to see. So it is really in-depth, this magazine, and going through every single book release. I'm not a huge collector of the Target books myself, however this magazine is really cool. You even got some new releases as well there, including the Pirate Planet. And it's just a really nice insight to see when they were released and the page count and the price. It's just a really nice in-depth and kind of gives me a whole broader kind of knowledge all about these books. So I do recommend picking this book up if you don't like Target books, because this will get you into it, and it's already getting me into it because I have a couple covers like that. Like, look at that, that looks horrendously bad, but I want it. I do like these pages that are focusing on the writers. So we've got Ian Marter here, and of course his book of Doctor Who and the Ark in Space. Goes right in depth all about the books that he wrote, as well as just his life in general and other media he made. Into the Fifth Doctor now, we'll get loads of books for him. And the Sixth and Seventh Doctor here. I love the covers of the Daleks book, as well as some kind of modern-esque ones and classic Who. I must say the quality of this magazine as well, it feels really premium. I'm not too sure whether that is what they do about these special magazines, but this one, the pages just feel a bit thicker and better than the usual magazine. Of course here, look, you got the movie book, which I do have signed by Gary Russell, as well as, of course, the new series era, which hasn't really been touched too much on the Target book range. I will expect we will get loads of more kind of especially Russell T Davies stories coming up in the future. Even got these cool rare 11th Hour and Time of the Angels with the Lodger and Victory of the Daleks books. I've actually never seen them in person, so that would be really cool if I could pick them up. And you've also got these school books down here. That is pretty cool. I've never seen that, never heard of that before until reading this book.
The magazine.
What?
And of course, we have the Church of Ruby Road, a really stunning cover there. Really do love that. As well as the 60th specials, all being represented in the Target novel range and just looking stunning. It's a very strange design, this Church of Ruby Road book. It looks very different to the normal Target branded books, this one not being Target branded at all. However, they are re-releasing the Church of Ruby Road, which I will put on a picture now that they are going to be adding, so I find that pretty cool. Unfortunately, we don't have the new books in this magazine. That would be really cool if we did. They even include some of the other kind of stories that are quite niche, including Scratchman, Tom Baker himself. And down here we got the Schalke Doctor. He's going to be a bit more important now, isn't he?
Spoilers.
It does go into a bit of the audiobooks, which I do appreciate. This magazine isn't based too much about it. However, we do get a little representation about the audiobooks made by the BBC. Now, this is something I really do like, is that they do include every single Sarah Jane Adventures novel. Some of them I have, some of them I don't, and I didn't even know these were a thing, so that is really cool. I need to pick up that Wedding of Sarah Jane Smith book. Really cool that it goes into this. I wasn't expecting this at all, so to see this in the magazine is a real surprise. The targeting merchandise being put out there back in the 80s with some old Fourth Doctor promotions. And again, we get some more international releases, including some Asia releases, which is pretty cool. And just some more knickknacks all about the Target range. This double page spread is really interesting. This is all of the authors, all of the Target novelisation books. As you can see, Terrance Dicks is winning by a mile. However, you can see people like James Goss and Ian Marter are up there with 9 and 7. Of course, a huge difference to Terrance Dicks. However, you can see even a couple of others like Joy Wilkinson who have written one like the Witchfinders, but it's cool that they appreciate the one-off ones as well as the other writers. I love this last page showing the artist of many of the Target book range. That's really cool that he gets a mention in here as well. Just a little note as well, the ends and the front of the book are just plain white. I don't know whether I like that or not, but overall, a really cool magazine. Of course, you're probably wondering what audiobook I did get, and I did receive Doctor Who Frontos. Well, I hope that's how you say it. A really cool retro looking cover, and it is read by the author, which is pretty cool. Here's the spine looking really cool with the kind of 8th or 3rd Doctor logo. And on the back, a little bio about the CD and including running time, which is 4 hours 30. So that's pretty cool value. $11.99 is pretty much how much you would pay for these things, and we're getting the magazine. Let's get it open and have a closer look. All unwrapped, and opening it up, you've got some really cool details with some manuals all about the book and the cast, as well as the different chapters on the tracks, as well as those stunning looking CDs. And then we'll just open the other side, and as you can see, really cool design. So I'm very happy with this audio CD and the magazine as well. A nice collection. Of course, you're not going to know what audio CD you are going to get. However, if you do buy them in store, there are these little peepholes, just a kind of little heads up that you might be able to just have a look, push the CD up and get basically a closer look of what CD's in there. I went for a random one and I got Fontos, and I'm very happy with that. And I don't have much Fifth Doctor merchandise, so that's really cool to get in the collection. So what do I think about this issue? I think it's really, really cool. Of course, the audiobook is going to make the price of this magazine pretty much. Still, you get $11.99 and you get an audiobook with it, as well as the magazine, which goes really into depth with all of versions of Target books, as well as all of the novelizations of the TV stories. And those added additions like merchandise posters, as well as the Sarah Jane books, really make this a standout issue. Did prefer the cover on the plastic, however, I think this cover does look pretty neat too, and I think it makes a cool collection, and for $11.99, you gotta get it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below and give this video a like, and click up there if you want to look at the other Doctor Who magazine reviews that I've made. So I've been the Who Guy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
It's a big list. More of a book. More of a series of books.